Chapter 13. The Two Marys. There are two serpents, one that ascends the spinal canal, and one that descends. The serpent ascends within white magicians because they do not spill the semen. The serpent descends within black magicians because they do spill the semen. The serpent ascending in the spinal canal is the virgin. The serpent descending from the coccyx toward the atomic infernos of nature is the Santa Maria of black magic and witchcraft. Here we have the two Marys, the white and the black. White magicians abhor the black Santa Maria. Black magicians mortally hate the white Virgin Mary. Whoever dares to name the Virgin is immediately attacked by the Tenebris. When the initiate is performing the great work, he has to struggle terribly against the adepts of Santa Maria. The creative forces are threefold: masculine, feminine, and neutral. Those great forces flow from above to below. Whoever wants to regenerate himself has to change this movement and make these creative energies return inward and upward. This is even contrary to interests of nature. The Tenebris, then, feel offended and attack the initiate terribly. Lady adepts of the Black Hand sexually assault the initiate in order for him to discharge. This happens especially during sleep. This is how nocturnal pollutions occur. The student dreams of beautiful women who sexually discharge him in order to impede the ascent of the fire through the spinal canal. The Tenebris adore Santa Maria within the abyss, and they sing sublimely malignant verses to her. White magicians adore the Virgin who, as a serpent of fire, rises in the spinal canal, and they rest their heads upon her, like a child in the arms of his adored mother. In India, Kali, the divine mother Kundalini, is adored. But Kali is also adored in her fatal black aspect. These are the two Marys, the white and the black, the two serpents, the one of bronze that healed the Israelites in the desert, and the tempting serpent of Eden. There are white initiations and black initiations, temples of light and temples of darkness. All degrees and all initiations are based on the serpent. When the serpent ascends, we become angels; when it descends, we become devils. We will now recount a black initiation, as investigated by us. While asleep, the devotee was taken out of his physical body. The demon festivity took place in the street. All attendees were in their astral bodies. The neophyte practiced negative sexual magic with spillage of semen. This is how he progressed in the science of demons who presented themselves at the festival dressed in black tunics. That festivity was a true witches' Sabbath. After the orgy, the adepts of the left hand escorted their beloved disciple to a yellow temple. That was a den of black magic. Seen from the outside, this temple appeared to be a humble religious chapel. Inside, it was a magnificent palace. Inside the temple there were 2 floors or levels, and magnificent corridors through which the Tenebris passed. The adepts of the shadows congratulated the candidate for his Tenebris triumphs. It was horrible to see the adepts of Santa Maria. The candidate felt at home. The devil's tail was visible on those astral phantoms. The festivity of darkness was magnificent. A priest of the abyss climbed on a rock to deliver a sermon. This phantom was sincerely mistaken, a man of good intentions but fatally lost. This adept of the shadows solemnly said, "I shall be faithful to my religion. Nothing will make me take a step back. This is sacred." Then the Tenebris one continued with a long speech, which everyone applauded. The guest of honor, who had had the misfortune of awakening the Kundalini negatively, was marked with a fatal seal. That mark was triangular, and had black and gray lines. Before using it, this seal was placed into the fire. The mark of the seal was placed beneath his left lung. The Tenebris gave the disciple a fatal name, which was engraved with black letters on his left forearm. This new black initiate was then led before a statue of terribly malign beauty, which symbolized the black goddess, the kingdom of Santa Maria. The disciple, sitting before that statue, crossed his legs in the Anagarika style, left over right. He then placed his hands on his waist and concentrated on the fatal goddess. After all of it, the Tenebris one returned to his physical body, happy with his triumph. That is as far as our investigation went, in regard to the initiations of the abyss. All those who follow the path of perfect matrimony must defend themselves against the Tenebris who tried to take the devotee from the true path to make him a member of the Black Lodge. When they achieve their goal, the student is taken to a banquet of demons. The struggle is terrible: brain against sex, sex against brain, and what is most terrible and most painful, heart against heart. You know this. We must crucify all human affections, abandon all that signifies carnal passion. This is extremely difficult. The past screams, implores, cries, begs. This is terribly painful. The Superman is the result of a tremendous revolution of consciousness. Those who believe mechanical evolution of nature converts us into masters are absolutely mistaken. The master is the result of a tremendous revolution of consciousness. We need to fight against nature, and against the shadow of nature,